just fired off your starting lineup, so we'll have the face-off coming up for you here in a matter of minutes. Edina and Wayzata from Braemar Arena. And we welcome you to Braemar Arena along with Daniel Wagner. I'm Pete Wagner. It's the father-son duo, Harry and Skip Carey, hardly. But we're going to be bringing some high school hockey action here from Braemar Arena. The Edina Hornets and the Wayzata Trojans, Bart. This is a pretty solid Trojan team. At 7-3, they come into this one with some nice wins. Edina 6-1 after they lost their home opener, the season opener to the Andover Huskies. #1 team in the land. They've been ripping through the field like it's going out of style. So the fact is, this is going to be a good matchup for Wayzata to see if they're ready to turn the corner. And for the Hornets, they're going to get some pushback from Wayzata.
You know what, agreed, tenfold. I just got a comment on the band here. Very impressed. Coming in full force from the right corner over by Velocity Training Center.
Well,
really making an impact early on my presence, so I'm enjoying that. But yeah, you know, you look at the Hornets, a very balanced scoring attack. You got D up there at the top of the players list. It's impressive.
They do spread it around. They've got, of course, Vivian and Tella Jungles, both headed off to the University of Minnesota and with plenty of skill. And they also have depth. You know, this is a team that has, I believe, one of the best goaltenders in high school hockey, and she's just a freshman. She has a Class A state title to her credit when she played at the Breck School, and here she is now back home with the Edina Hornets as they control in their own zone. That's Jungles playing that to the left wing side as Edina tries to work it out of their own zone. That was Katie Davis there. Davis now at the blue line. Jungles steps up for Edina. Vivian Jungles wears sweater number 22. The Trojans now will regroup in their own zone. They've got their really solid, attractive-looking, it's more of a dark navy blue sweater, Dan. I've never seen this look.
Borderline out here.
Very much so. Sloan Matthews works the forecheck. Of course, Dan is referring to the Zephyrs of Matamidi, another top team in the Class A of the girls and boys. This double-A action, of course, here. As we start working our way through, shot in on goal from far out. That one taken by Kimlinger on goal as Cornier makes the save. Now it's going to be the Trojans to play to the corner on that one. It's Sarah Adalin. Wrist shot that's blocked by the Hornet defense up middle. Look out, she's dangerous. It's Hannah Chorsky. She can create and good off the rush, but she's going to be stopped in her tracks there by Addie Hackley as they battle off the right wing side. Now the Trojans will work this one through center ice. The Wayzata Trojans will send this one in. They'll get the forwards changed at least, and we'll keep a look at the D as they do indeed go wholesale.
Good breakout there. You got to love seeing, I know she's young, but she knows to play the puck and get it to your defenseman to get it out of the zone. A clean breakout with the goalie, that's the best thing you can look for in hockey, I'll tell you that right now. Borderline Ben Bishop out here. Really.
Just keep in mind this is a freshman.
Exactly, and let's say this, decorated at that.
Decorated freshman, absolutely.
Let's just put it this way, 3 straight titles and a decorated 9th grader. I've never seen anything quite like it for the Hornets.
Well, the Hornets with 3 straight state titles, it took them a while to get their first, and now under head coach Sammy Reber, they're looking for what we would term the four-peat. And, you know, some people were saying, well, they graduated a lot of people, and everybody, you know what, it has to, if you're the defending champion, it goes through you.
This top line was a unbelievable line last year. I remember calling a couple games for the Hornets, and Davis, Keel, and who's the third? Chor, yeah.
Or you have, in this case, Jungles.
Exactly. I mean, stacked with the depth. They're dynastic out here.
Dynastic. Another save by Cornier, return shot, sent her away. That slides by the defender for Edina. That was Barrett Lindborg. And now back into the near corner it goes. It's going to be Edina's Vivian Jungles on the play. She's going to play it up. Nice job off the boards. Steady play, strong on the stick. Kylie Roberts, she can score, she can dangle. There it is to the backhand. Oh, she scores! And we weren't kidding. She goes inside out, shovels the backhand shelf, and there she goes.
As Puck Sniper 17 would say, dipsy dangle tickle twine there to the backhand. Quite the move. Nice little underrated part of that play. Little breakout pass off the wall, gives her the space, chips it into more open space, and she seals the deal there.
She does, and it's now 1-0 in favor of the Wayzata Trojans. Hello to Callie Wagner. She's watching on. I'm sure we'll be critiqued in the next week. Hornets with that 1-0. Second goal of the season for Kylie Roberts. Edina will throw that one back up the ice. On the play there, that was Lucy Bolby. On the move, Katie Davis, she can skate, but she's angled there. Sammy Hackley with the defensive play. Plays it all the way over to the far corner, but Davis stays strong on the puck. And now it's back up to the high right wing side of the blue line as it's flipped back to the slot area. Spun off there by Adal, and now it's going to be back in behind the net as there's Hackley again to make the play. She finds Ruby Moss, and back in behind they go. Here come the Trojans looking to break out. Pinching down for Edina is Sammy Hankinson. She'll swat that off the boards as it's going to be D-to-D. Hackley over to the far corner. Now out of the zone they go. That play made there by Karina Schindler. And now the Hornets, Chorsky, she knows what to do with it. To the high slot, wrister. Oh, that one just misses the mark.
That's a big-time pass.
Chorsky and Connor, a couple of the larger players, larger-framed hockey players in the MSHSL on the same line. They're a big force up front to watch. They've got mitts and speed and great vision.
All you can really ask for.
Back in behind, Lily Hendrickson swings that around. They're going to guide it right back to Hendrickson as she puts on the brakes. She's going to be flushed. Look at that, cool as a cucumber. Plays this one back into the far right corner for Vivian Jungles. Back for Hendrickson. She'll play up to the left wing side, and they'll be content to play that one right back in behind the net. That was Tella Jungles on the play to Vivian. Back to Tella Jungles across the line. She now finds Chorsky. Chorsky has Connor with her to the high slot. Instead goes to Jungles as that one is turned aside on a fine stick save there by Julia Kimlinger. Back out of the left wing side, the Hornets control now. That's going to be Chorsky. She plays off for Tella Jungles, rather. That one's going to miss the mark. Back up to the line for the Hornets. On it, that's Lily Hendrickson. Her shot to the near corner. Tella Jungles was there with the stick, and now it's gathered in by the Trojans as they transition out of the zone. That was Hackley to make the play. Nice bump pass off the boards to herself. Beautiful. Branton with it. She waits for some help. Oh, she's got someone off the left wing side. There it is. Played back in behind the net. That's going to be Crandall with it. She looks to the slot, picked off by Chorsky as she'll guide this one off the boards, but not out. Cut off, nifty job there by Heyer. Batted down with a hand, no hand pass as the Hornets come away. Now it's turned up ice. On that puck, it was Vivian Jungles, tapped in by Tella Jungles as she'll head to the bench. Oncoming for the Hornets, it's Barrett Lindborg on the forecheck. 11:02 to go. Edina leads 1-0 here in the first. Sent back into the near corner. Now it's going to be Hendrickson. She'll play it on a cycle as she finds Kylie Roberts. That misses Roberts. Now here comes Hendrickson up ice. Looks to her left instead. Angles it back into the corner as it'll ring over to the near side. Waiting is Roberts. Nice touch pass. Ooh, she had the thought as she was dragging in the Wayzata defense, but they read that one. Now back from the far corner, down low to make the play was Ruby Moss of the Trojans. And they'll play this one back from the corner. Up high to the line it goes. Wrister deflects, didn't get through. That one came up from high by Holly Olsen of the Hornets. Olsen gets it back, sends a pass to the right wing side for Maxwell, who's going to play this one back in behind the net. That's cut off by the Trojans. off the end boards as they fish and spade. On it for the Hornets, that's Barrett Lindborg. Plays back up to the left wing side, and back down the boards it goes. Nice little pace and tempo here to this one. Shoveling that one is Mallory Coffin along the wall. Hornets will regroup at center. Handled now by Olsen. Left wing side, Roberts. Oh, she dangles. She's got one, looking for two today. Instead, it's going to be taken over by Hackley of the Trojans. Plays that off the boards, gets it back, and sends to center as the Hornets will gather it back in with Maxwell. She'll play that back up through the left wing boards, but that's cut off by the Trojans. Nice play by Urban. And they'll play this in no relation to Nashville Predator fan Keith Urban and Nashville residents.
I'll tell you what.
Maybe.
Very, very, very free-flowing game here thus far. That was about 7 minutes with maybe 2 whistles. Edina got pinned in there with the Hendrickson Jungles pair. They were on the ice for like 3 or 4 minutes there, stuck. But a great dump in by Hendricks led to an awesome little time of possession in there for Edina, and they're back to work.
One thing you're noticing about the Hornets, Dan, I think in the offensive zone, they've got their feet moving, and they're putting the pucks to areas where they're going. And so,
yeah, they move the puck well, and that helps. The puck moves faster than your feet.
You know, they're a team that does a really nice job of leaving their lanes. They don't play on the, straight up and down. They're not afraid to go east-west a little bit through the neutral zone and flow with the puck. And you know as well as anybody, when you play the game, there's no better way to play than when you're flowing and moving.
Yeah, you just had an example twice there in this little battle in the corner. You had 2 forwards covering for the D at once. I mean, just playing disciplined hockey, you can flow like that when you know what you're doing and you cover for each other, and that's all that there is to it.
That's the old adage of playing as a unit.
Playing as one.
Jane Keel in concert. Now it's going to be played up to the left wing side. Long pass. That was Davis looking for Bolby, but a nice busy stick there by Adalin. She makes the play. Edina again now with Jungles on the breakout. And they'll work it across line. Look at Hendrickson dangle.
Oh.
Stood up at the line.
Body.
Nice separation there as the puck will be guided back down the wall. Hornets control with 8-13. Chorsky, nice feed. Scores! Oh, what a goal there. Chorsky hangs onto it, finds her favorite target, and Connor down low. She goes to the backhand, and it's 2-0 Edina.
Really, really nice play from Chorsky there. The big frame equals a long stick, being able to pick that puck off the wall, make a really nice move to her backhand, and then the dish to the back door. No one was thinking that's where the puck was going. Easy tap in for the Hornets.
Very impressive. Working on our replay factor here, folks. We know we've spoiled you with it, but for some reason, we have a little technical difficulty, so we'll get that back. Oh, there it is. There it is. Oh, yes. Yours truly. We don't need the director of technology of the MNHockey.tv. That's what we did it.
There you go. Director, stay at home. You don't need to get up and come over quick.
Wow.
I'll tell you what, the Hornets just are clearly, I think both teams right away, you can tell they're all well coached. Wayzata is always occupying really good ice, but they just came out a step flat tonight. Edina's skating all around them right now.
Indeed they are. I got a little nervous. It said we had zero viewers, like it dropped. And so I went into full panic mode, and then and so you had a really good comment, and you got Bart Archered. So when Bart does that, and I give him an indeed, that means I didn't hear a word you said.
Oh.
That's what indeed means. So for those of you out there, I just let you in on a little trade secret.
There you go.
Connor now up ice from the left wing side as she's watched on the play. Penalty coming up.
Let's see what we get out of the power
here,
play.
Daniel. Right here, you'll see it right down the left wing. Where I think we got a little stick in here. Bam, little chop.
Chopping the tree down. George Washington.
Chop of the wood. The butcher shop, as we like to call it. Hornets now already up 2-0. looking to extend that lead on their Lake Conference rival from Wayzata in the Trojans. Back up to the line with Maxwell as she's going to play this. That's right into the gear. Bowlby's going to muscle her way and try and push that one down. Now it's going to be Jungles. Tella Jungles goes to the corner as she controls and looks back up high. She finds Jane Keel manning the left point, and back down into the corner they go to Lindborg. Lindborg now for Bowlby. Bowlby tried to fish that one back to the corner, but gets it back with a nice piece of body position work there. That one hits traffic on the way in. I believe that was Lindborg, and she'll chase it down to the near boards. Up high off the glove. Through center ice it goes, and no, obviously we're shorthanded here as the Hornets will regroup with Haley Maxwell.
Yeah, not the cleanest first minute of the power play for the Hornets, but I mean, at the end of the day, they battled to possess the puck and keep it in their zone for a good amount of time. So
won their battles, but probably didn't get the movement they're looking for.
No, I don't think so.
Bowlby.
I think we're getting the first unit now.
Now Hendrickson with good tempo up at that blue line. There's Vivian Jungles' shot that's deflected.
Uh-oh.
And here comes a shorthanded break the other way, and overskating it there was Branton. Still gets a shot on goal. The Hornets were bearing down as they'll bring it back up ice with Vivian Jungles.
Yeah, Jungles creeping in on her there, about to chase her down. Might have heard the
Angle.
footsteps.
Absolutely, she did. You hear the footsteps, and you look up at 41 there between the pipes, and that becomes a problem.
Not a lot of room, no.
Now it's going to be Vivian Jungles. Lost at moment. That's another turnover from Branton, nearly off to the races again. Back in the corner, wedged is Davis with 5:15 to go in the first period. Off the stick, like to say, once again, don't forget to check out our sponsors, Tradition Companies. They have all your home financing needs handled, from mortgage to wealth managed to management to capital banking. You want to build a house, you go to Robert Thomas Homes or Homes by Tradition. Also, American Family Insurance. You can find them out, your local agent, at amfam.com.
Was that a little mid-game ad there? Kind of like when they break away from the screen and you... Impressive.
We just keep it here and we just flow. It's ad lib.
MNHockey.tv.
There's no copy here.
No, that was all free-flowing, too. No script.
Thank you. Out of the corner now, it's Lily Hendrickson. Better be able to do this after like 90 years. Now it's Davis as she risked that one in wide of the mark.
Strategic dump there. A little soft dump.
And she was looking for the oncoming Gwen Hendrickson from the right wing.
Exactly. Full line change.
Back in across the line, Adalin. You know, this Hornet team is in sync. You know, they were pretty good against Andover. It was a 1-0 game, really close. You know, a bounce here or there could have gone either way. But I think Sammy Reber would tell you that they weren't playing at their best at that point as game one. But this team is doing a lot of the things that she likes them to do. It's early in the year yet still. But at 6-1, they are cruising with 6 straight wins. The Trojans, though, with 7 impressive wins, have been a formidable force as well. We were on the game with the Benilde St. Margaret's Red Knights, and that was a thriller. Nice battle. That one finally pulled and fished out of there by the Wayzata Trojans.
Yeah, I think any player and coach would tell you game one in the high school hockey season is always one that you forget. It's a tough game. You just get out of tryouts. You got like Turkey Day right around that time.
Oh, big collision there. Is that incidental contact?
We're
Apparently
good.
it is.
We're good, and she's up and skating. That's all that matters. But
Kylie Roberts, very tough player.
Game one's always tough to play, and you really never know what you're going to get. New players, people who haven't played.
Nerves, right?
Yeah, people who haven't played varsity before. I mean, it's a whole nother speed. Get used to it quickly, but I can't see this team losing another game the way what I'm watching right now.
Well, and you're doing a lot of the scrimmages to start the season, Dan, and it's very difficult to really mimic a regular season game. Now you've got to, look at Chorsky.
Line comp.
Do you see the mitts on Chorsky there? Let's take a look at that one on replay.
Yeah,
wow, there's a penalty drawn there, too, with these quick hands. Watch this.
To build off of you, I mean, you're...
Whoop, there she goes.
Dipsy-doo.
Inside out.
You're learning your teammates as well, and I'm sure they're still learning each other on, everybody at this stage of the game in high school hockey, but the Hornets look in sync, like you said. It'll be interesting. A hop one way, a hop the other could really dictate this game early.
Sarah Adalin goes for holding. There's a wrist shot. Her brother Drew, or her father Drew, a member of the class of '85 in Edina High School. Fine goaltender in his own right. Very cerebral, tall, controlled the rebounds, was ahead of his time. Reminded me of Pete Peters. Back door, there's a chance.
Thought that was destined for Twine.
Now it's going to be handled by Vivian Jungles for Hendrickson. Hendrickson with a give and go off the right wing wall. Instead, walking this one up high. That was Chorsky. Vivian Jungles, look at that.
Play.
Oh! Scores! You can't make it up. That is an incredible marker for Edina as they go up 3-0.
I mean, very well could have been a set play for their power play. You had a one pass, one more to a one touch back to the original passer. Really, really nice stuff there. And then just back door wide open. That's hard to do.
Well, you could gather it in on the back door. She had a little bit of time and she held on to it and, could make sure of it.
Yep. And with the goaltender for Wayzata being a little bit shorter, it's harder for, you have that time on the back door.
The best looking power play, that one right there, of any power play I've seen all year, boys or girls. That's as good as it gets right there, the way they move that biscuit around. Connor scores.
Very clean.
Hannah Chorsky with the helper. And Vivian Jungles with the second assist. That one is deflected through to the right wing side. Maxwell chops that one up the right wing wall. It's going to be Gwen Hendrickson with it. But she's cut off. Nice play by Scoro. She'll play this one in wide of the mark. I believe Scoro's brother, Tom, quite the pitcher. Wrist shot wide of the mark, Division II level.
That's a puck on the dump, and I want to see Uma play that one right in her wheelhouse. We do not have to worry about the trapezoid.
There is no trapezoid.
Or the beyond the blue line. I would love to see her play that one, but hey, that'll come with time.
Puck is played back into the Wayzata zone as they wind it up. Edina buzzsaw like here in period number 1 with a 3-0 lead. Really looking impressive. Matthews was there.
Great escape.
Nice pass there off the escape indeed. Hackley now with it. Who made that really popular and famous was the great one. He'd come in full speed. I mean, he's the one that really brought it into light. They try to go inside out on the play. The spinorama was more Denis Savard. He'd come right at you and jam him on and pull the full 360 on you and leave you.
He'll leave you hanging.
Leave you hanging. Up high to the left wing side,
Good
it's
pass.
Bratton. They go rink wide. Sloan Matthews into the Edina zone. That's going to wind up the period for you. And a good one for Edina.
Yeah, very clean period. Really not a lot to complain about there if you're Sammy Reber. Just go in the locker room. Great work. Keep it up.
Indeed it was. So Bart, I just called you Bart. Daniel, we're going to take a little bit of a timeout here. We're between periods, Edina and Wayzata. Girls high school hockey action right here live on the mnhockey.tv. When we come back in about 12 minutes, we'll have the start of the third period, but we'll hear a couple things, messages from our partners coming up for you. We'll be back right after this.
Too heavy? Try it.
I got it.
Lift it up. 1, 2, 3. Good. Looks great.
Wow, this looks amazing. Can I help you make a few?
Sure.
You sure?
Huh?
Hi, I'm Derek. Nice to meet you. So how long have you been doing this?
2 years.
2 years. So you're an expert.
Yes.
Can you do one with my name?
Sure.
D-E-R-E-K?
D-R-E-K.
D-E-R-E-K.
D-E-R-E-K?
Yes.
Okay.
What's the ultimate dream for your business?
I really wish I had more bracelets to make every single day.
What do you do with the money?
We have this hunger project that I give back to the kids that don't have enough money to buy food.
So the more bracelets you make, the more money you raise, and then the more kids you can help out. How long have you had this dream?
10 years.
So you're 6 years old and you had the dream for 10 years. That's pretty good. That's someone that knows what they want to do in life.
Yeah.
Okay, now, What do you think about this?
Ooh, yeah.
Pretty good?
Yep.
Okay.
I think that being in a sport, it has built into it the concept that we are going to face a challenge. When we do sport the right way, we are teaching values. We're teaching kids how to be hard workers. We're teaching kids how to be courageous, to be fearless. Dynamites, because we have a focus on whole life youth development, physical, academic, social and spiritual excellence, we get that we're trying to develop people to be whole people. And I think that when you combine that mission with sport, I think you naturally get that. We have programs in each of those 4 areas. We have ice hockey for physical excellence. Academic excellence includes academic support like one-on-one tutoring. We have a summer academic camp. Social excellence includes our big community service project, Greg Carroll Learn to Skate, and also we're faith-based. So when kids are old enough, they have the choice to go to summer camp, kind of that traditional summer church camp. Every kid in the program has multiple mentors. If they're in tutoring, they have a very special mentor that's just their very own. And then of course the hockey coaches are mentors, and of course all the staff are mentors too. We have a very high retention rate. Dynamite's high school graduation rate over 20 years is 85%. And over the last 5 years, 96% have graduated, which is really significant because right now Minneapolis Public Schools is reporting that their graduation rate is 53%. So that, I think, is another measure that shows that Dynamites is working. Being a faith-based organization, I think we're able to say things that are really powerful sometimes. We might say to the kids, like, we're gonna do some hard things today. And we want you to remember, we can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. A few minutes later, we might be asking them to do that hard thing, and you got heads down and panting, and remind them, remember, you have strength. God's given you the strength to do this. You have the strength that you need inside you right now. They might even remember the moments where they began to believe that, where they began to believe, I should be fearless. Only believe, do not fear.
We're between periods number 1 and 2. About 7 minutes remaining before we start up the second period. Edina off to a quick 3-0 start as they've been really good on their tempo, and an impressive start for them indeed. We're going to hear now from Tradition Companies and Robert Thomas Holmes as we continue our between periods of the Edina Hornets, the Wayzata Trojans, right here on the MNHockey.tv.
And Hockey.tv continues its coverage of high school hockey right here in the state of Minnesota, and we are proud to be sponsored by Robert Thomas Homes, part of the Tradition Company's family. And joining us here between periods is Carol Griffith, the VP of Sales and Marketing. Carol, like I say, it's our annual checkup. I'm so glad to be speaking with you about Robert Thomas Homes. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, Pete. Thanks.
That's good to hear. You know, Robert Thomas Homes is a very unique community of homes, and I've been through them. They're amazing. Can you tell us a little bit about what Robert Thomas Homes are and where you're located and how those are put together?
Sure. Robert Thomas Homes is a locally owned, award-winning, semi-custom home builder. We build homes or new homes throughout communities in the Twin Cities. We offer a variety of products that appeal to a variety of homeowners. You've got your heritage and villa collection that work well for the first-time move-up buyer. Our tradition collection, which is more of an executive move-up product, as well as our villas that would be single-level living in the empty nester product line.
Where are you located? Do you have various projects that you're working right now, or are you pretty located in one area?
Yep, we have a variety of communities throughout the Twin Cities. Our flagship community is Spirit of Branch and Farm, which is located in Lakeville. We also have the Harvest in Chaska, Tributary on Foster Lake in St. Michael, Creekside Hills in Plymouth, as well as Highcroft in Woodbury.
And you mentioned a couple of different types of potential buyers. I heard move-ups in there. And, you know, if you look at a specific target to what Robert Thomas Homes attracts, what do you see that market being?
Really, we appeal to a wide range. Our single-family village collection heritage is more move-up, even sometimes first-time home buyers. We also offer our single-level living, the villas that appeal to a wide range of empty nesters. So those are two really solid products for us. And then the third is our tradition collection, which is more of an executive. You might see that product ranging anywhere from $700,000 to over $1 million.
And then in terms of the differences between, let's say, I'm looking to buy a home versus build a home, what are some of the key things I need to consider for that being the right fit for me to actually build and go from there?
I would say, number one, do your research. Go online, check resources, referrals, reviews. I think that's really important for people nowadays. They can gain a lot of information from that. Check with past customers. Also, I think when you're looking at building a home, number one, look at how long you're going to live there and understand that you're not necessarily going for cheaper is not better. I think it's really important that you do look at quality products and quality finishes because your home you intend to live there for a long time. It's the largest single investment you're going to make in your lifetime, so you want to make sure that it really withstands the test of time for years to come.
And finally, you have so many great properties, and if I want to research these as I'm doing the things you suggested, how do I get to that easiest? What's my quickest path online to find you?
Definitely visit our website, which is robertthomashomes.com. You can gain information on our communities, our pricing, our quick move-in homes. We also have interactive floor plans. All of that is available on robertthomashomes.com.
Okay, that's great, and we appreciate your time. Carol, good luck to you, and have an incredible winter, and let's enjoy it and get to spring, which we all love so much. It'll come soon enough,
great.
Right? All right, that was Carol Griffith, Vice President of Sales and Marketing from Robert Thomas Homes. We'll be back with more right after this.
we welcome you back to Braemar Arena as the Hornets are greeted by their pep band. One of the strongest you're going to find around, Dan, the depth.
A lot
the
of
depth from the tuba section to the baritones to the saxes. They have multiple layers of that. They've got the flutes, the piccolos, the cymbals are being spun and dialed with the best of them. And then the drums. I mean, it's just absolutely ear-piercing.
I think the best part about it is they seem just genuinely happy to be here.
Well,
3-0
I mean,
lead.
Wouldn't you be?
Kidding me? Oh, yeah,
You know what they're doing is they are bringing the vibe and the environment to this building to another level. The trumpets, the trombones, the brass sections, all of it.
Oh, it's upped the energy in this building for sure.
Have you ever walked by the cymbals, though?
No, it's a light cymbal section, only 4 over there. And they look to be underclassmen, maybe a little new to the gig.
Yeah, the underclassmen get tossed the cymbales. The guys that think they're cool play the toms.
Yep.
You know, they're a little bit better. They're a little bit better than you.
Well, they've got
they've
got stronger traps, that's for sure, holding on to those drums.
But I'll tell you this, the technicians play the snare.
Yeah.
Only here at the MNHockey.tv are you ever going to get the breakdown of the drumming section. Right?
Right.
Shot in on goal as Cornier makes the save early on.
You know, if I'm Taylor Williamson and I'm in that locker room in between periods here, I'm just telling our team we're finding ways to slow down the green, white, and gold. Finding ways to get in passing lanes, not make it too easy to free flow. They want to flow. They don't want to have roadblocks. They just want to keep moving forward. So if you can clog the drain, you're going to allow them, you're going to give yourself a better chance to win.
So you're suggesting to not run with them as much and just sort of just turn it into a pedestrian affair.
Know who you are, know what you are as a team. Clearly doesn't, I mean, I'm not saying they don't have the pace
You're
normally.
not saying chip and chase, are you?
No, I'm not saying that they don't have the pace.
Oh, down goes Jungles, but we're going to play on.
We're going to keep going.
Out
you know
of the
what?
zone.
That's a
Go
veteran
ahead.
ref crew right there.
Here's Matthews with it, loads it up, wrister. That one's blocked by Hendrickson. Finish your point.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying that they don't have the pace with them, but clearly they don't tonight. And so with that, you just got to find ways to slow them down and create turnovers and get some odd man rush opportunities for yourself, because that's the only way they're going to get back in this game.
Spoken by a true hockey aficionado.
Oof.
Shot that's blocked up high. You know how that feels.
Right.
That's
I
Boldy there
don't.
that ate
I
that
don't.
one.
I
yeah,
got out of
because you
the
went
way.
Flamingo every time, and that's why you were on the bench.
That's why I'm not at the next level.
That's why you're sitting at a desk right now.
A wise man once told me you could get paid millions to chip it off the glass, Danny. I don't know if I believed him at the time.
Blake
but
Friesen.
Chip pucks and block shots, you'll find yourself a job. Maybe
He
throw
did.
some fisticuffs.
You're about, what, 10, 12 years old. Chorski tried to muscle that one in on goal as there was Kimlinger to make the save. Back in behind, it's Schindler with it. She finds now Hackley. Hackley off the boards, gloved down by Maxwell. To the corner it goes. Now walking out, it's Jungles up high to
Nice little
Connor.
pass.
That was deflected. That clearing attempt by Coffin was stopped. Now Maxwell will chip it back into the corner, gets away from Connor. Now to the far side. Over to make the play, it's going to be Schindler. She looks up the right wing side. Hornets cut that off. Schindler now, she gets some help from Tella Jungles. Jungles gets inside on her player. And back in behind, it's handled by Hackley. By the way, missing from the lineup is Sophia Dahl of Edina. She got smoked in the Wayzata game, or the Minnetonka game.
What happened? Out? Concussion protocol?
No, I think it might be, we'll call it an upper body injury, but I think it's not the uppermost part of the body. How's that? We'll leave it at that.
Some sort of contusion.
I don't. Yes. So I saw Bill Dahl, and he said it was a nice 4-1 win.
Here come the Hornets.
Now it's backpedaled out of this corner there by Roberts. Protecting the puck for Edina on the play was Barrett Lindborg. And back up to the left point. Vivian Jungles competes, but that battle won by the oncoming Sammy Hackley of the Wayzata Trojans. Hornets with that 3-0 lead now will look to work out of the zone. They're going to carry it out. And that's exactly what you want to do. Greet them at the neutral zone and turn it over. Here they come across the line. That one's just offside.
What I'm noticing out of the Hornets tonight, and I'm sure this is just a trend of their season, is a lot more comfortable than they were last year. A lot more comfortable out there, a lot of free flow, maybe trying a move or two.
Look who's here.
We're greeted by Chor.
Tom Chorsky. The rumor has it you can tell me why Jim Montgomery was fired. Do you know? The rumor has is you can tell us why Jim Montgomery. Oh, he can't. He knows, but he's not going to tell us.
17, 11, and 3.
We'll find out in due time. Down to the left wing side they go. Of course, Tom's daughter Hannah dangling through the Wayzata Trojans for that one marker. The power play looking very good. The tempo of the Hornets is dialed in. They got one of their leaders on the blue line, and Sophia Dahl out of it, and in steps Olsen, and she gets the job done. So, Tom, it's good to see my good friend.
I'll tell you what about this Monty deal with Dallas. I think you'd have to do something pretty drastic to have Jim Nill fire you.
I have a theory, but I'm not going to say it on the air. Just leave it at that. Urban with it.
That's not high school hockey.
I'm going to tell Tom Chorsky on the break, though. He's going to hear my theory on why that guy was let go. I'll tell you why Monty was fired on the break, what I think. Now here comes Chorsky in on goal. Connor was there. Shot in on goal again. Great opportunities back to back to back for Edina.
Just a barrage of shots coming from all different angles, passes through the crease. You can't do much but sit back and watch. What I want the Trojans to do is don't puck watch and don't chase. Find your woman and stick with her in the D zone. It's your only chance of keeping that puck movement from entering your goal.
Coffin now up to the corner, couple of 10s doing battle. That's Adalin along with Edina's Hankinson, and Edina will win the battle. It's going to be Maxwell across the line with speed. Snapper in on goal. And that was Kimlinger to take that into the midsection. She kind of had a juggle fest there, but hung on to it. She didn't quite know where it was going there.
Tough little one, like a bouncing puck.
When you get those pucks that sink on you, it becomes tricky.
Very. You would know better than I.
Amen to that, man.
Little set play off the draw there.
That one gets away from Roberts. Hackley is there. Now for the Trojans, taking that feed there was higher from Hackley. And now from the right wing side, that's got a couple Hackleys. We got Addie, number 5, and Sammy, number 8. Now that's Addie with it. She plays that one ahead. Addie, the senior, Sammy, the sophomore. Now it's going to be turned by Abby Prodal up the left wing side. Addie Hackley was there. Now it's picked up by Gwen Hendrickson. She'll get it back, quickly guides it to the right wing side, and there's another Hendrickson. That was Gwen, rather, that deflected that in from Lily.
Yeah, really impressed with Lily thus far today. Just the mitts are moving well, just crisp and clean passes from the back end. As a forward, that's all you can really ask for.
Great chance there for Gwen Hendrickson as she moved in from the left side. Yeah, you're right on the Lily angle. She's really stepped up offensively here for this team, but what I like is its poise on the puck in traffic and creating space.
Yeah, this is an interesting sheet of ice, I'll tell you that right now. The corners sneak up on you. I don't think it's dimensionally regulation at all.
They claim it is,
but the
Hornets
Hornets are making it look like it's Olympic with the way they're skating.
When you say the corners sneak up on you, are you saying they kind of start sooner than they want to? They don't go as deep and they kind of cut.
When you're a defenseman, you're looking for your red line like it's a warning track.
So when we come back this way where the Minnesota counselor, I can't see what that other one is, to the right corner, you'll see how it kind of,
it's very late.
It comes, yeah.
It's very late.
Yeah. Tardy. Here comes Bowlby forcing the breakaway in on goal. Scores! Bowlby makes it 4-0 Edina. Watch how she just pulls away from the defense here. There she is into that loose puck. Pulls it to the forehand, and it's 4-0 Edina.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, that's a great little highlight to show kids at home. It shows you that slow and steady wins the race. You might think you're moving your feet. A million miles an hour is going to get you there faster, but it's not. Slow, long strides are going to get you there. I shouldn't say slow, more crisp and
Long,
smooth.
long, purposeful strides as opposed to chopping the onions.
Yeah, she looked like she was going to get caught, and she just pulled away.
She pulled away because she had power and strength. But what was impressive to me, Dan, is, how often do players really not want to go to the forehand in that situation? It's a backhand almost 90% of the time, it seems. Wraparound attempt there.
And I shouldn't just subject that learning moment to the kids watching. My buddies watching as well. Vandy, Mike Dow, Dan Sheldon. That's how you skate, boys.
Well, get your sticks down, too.
I want to see that on the ice.
How about having the sticks down like you're ready to catch a pass like you're a hockey player?
Right.
Man, they have it waving around up at the waist like they're playing lax. Right wing side. At center ice now. Bumped off the boards. Urban was there. Stood up on the play. That's Ruby Moss. Edina again back. Edina's just defending
really
the
nice.
Top of their zone so well.
Yeah, really nice. Just hand combo. I don't even know what you want to call that. It wasn't really a move. It was just getting the puck to a good position to get it out of the zone by Chore. Here we go.
Hendrickson here gains some points with the tough hockey players here. Watch this. Oops.
Stood up. That's what they want you to do, though. Defend that blue line.
Deny it. Make it difficult.
Let's see what we get out of these Trojans. They desperately need one now.
Well, you can utilize the power play, Dan, to create yourself some offensive momentum.
Clicking.
Even if you don't
We're
score here, you get to you kind of get your offensive mojo going.
Get some more touches. You haven't really had clean passing yet, but here we go.
There's 4 in a row, and it's Cornier to make the save. Back up to the line now. Hackley had a nice screen there. Oh, and a penalty coming up. That would have been
off to the races.
Thank you. Let's take a look at this. So you see Davis blocks it right here. Goes right there. That's 2 more block shots than you had your entire career.
Yeah, that's fortunate. Davis can fly, probably the fastest player on Edina. She would have surely had a grade A chance there.
How's the Braemar popcorn?
Oh, it's as good as ever, but you need some chapstick after eating it because you're so dry. Like the lips of Christ. That's a Passion reference.
I don't even know what to say. Oh, that's getting physical.
Whistle
folks.
happy. We're getting very whistle happy.
No, that was a penalty, Dan.
I would have let that one go. I would have called that one earlier. The one earlier didn't get called. Now we're channeling our inner Tony Romo. I don't know, Jim. I don't know.
Tony Romo.
We're going to see what happens here.
Jim Nance. So
timeout, Blue.
So that's an interesting thing there with Vivian Jungles. They want to talk about the 4-on-3 that they're going to have for the next $1.12. But that's one of those plays where, when you're shoulder to shoulder, hand to hand, if you're a little stronger than the other person and you're kind of battling, I don't think, it's too bad that you get called for that.
50-50 puck,
No TO. They just took advantage to quickly have a huddle.
Yes, that's a veteran coaching move from a non-veteran coach.
Of course, referring to Taylor Williamson from your vintage. That's deflected over to the left wing side, and they'll find an opening and send it the length of the ice. Kimlinger lets this one go.
Really, underrated move by coach, and I'm not messing around here. Get your skaters a breath.
Take advantage
Let them
of your
regroup,
time.
exactly, and now 4-3, a lot of ice, great dish.
And a shot that sails the top of the net there. That opportunity by Sophie Urban. Back up to the right point it goes for Sammy Hackley. Left side now. Walking and shooting. Oh, she had the top of the glove the shelf there for Sloan Matthews, but that was blocked.
A lot of traffic, too.
Matthews
Very
again.
essential.
The 4-on-3 is so tough to defend. The
well,
5-on-4, you've got less real estate. Over to the left wing now. We're down to 4 seconds, and they'll be springing one Edina player. Lily Hendrickson steps on goal. There's Cornier to make the save, and she pounces and covers face off to her right. So now it's going to be 4-on-4 for another 23 seconds. And then the Wayzata player will be sprung from the penalty box. That's Addie Hackley. and then it'll be an abbreviated 5-on-4 power play. There's a good look at Uma Cormier. She's a good one, man.
Yeah, I was going to say earlier, I mean, with her frame, I mean, she's got a collegiate hockey frame already. She's in 9th grade. And the way she's playing right now, if she just, keeps the passion for the game and gets better every year, it should be a Division I hockey goalie.
It's interesting you say that because she's one of the most upbeat players you're going to find in the high school league. Has such great perspective on the game, and no matter the situation, it's never too big for her because she's got such a great, even-keeled, happy-go-lucky attitude, and it's next level, that type of attitude. But her skills of moving side by side, she tracks the puck well. She gets tall when she needs to. She went down and got that one, but she gets tall when she needs to, and her shuffle steps are really good. She's got just a good core basis of her skills in goal.
Yeah, I have nothing else to add to that. That was a good assessment. I would say, when you're that, she's tall for a 9th grader. When you're that tall and you're that young, it's sometimes, I mean, no jokes aside, the gear can be heavy. And she moves very well. She's strong. She's got a long career ahead of her.
So now it's 5-on-4 for 10 more seconds for Wayzata. 6.5 remain here in the second stanza. Edina looks to outlet shorthanded. That's picked off at the line by Sammy Hackley. She goes up to the right wing and across the line and deep it goes from Coffin. Now stepping on the ice for Edina is Vivian Jungles as we're even strength. We got a huge week coming up. Eden Prairie is going to be going at it Friday night in boys. There's a penalty coming. Oh, we're going to play on. Eden Prairie is going to be going at it Friday night against Stillwater. Thursday night, these Hornets will be facing off against the Red Knights of Benilde St. Margaret's. That's going to be a good one. Played to the right wing side. Sean Podine's team is a little bit younger.
Yep.
But they're, adhering to what he's looking for them to do, and they're getting better and better as the season goes on. They potted 3 goals against a very good Andover team.
Great block and a good move to alter the shooting angle there. Really nice by Sloan Matthews coming in the zone. Not going to settle for the initial shot, pulls back and then goes in. Just a good block shot altogether, though, by the defenseman, Maxwell.
Backhand attempt fails to click there. From the left side, it's Addie Hackley down the boards. Edina comes away with it. But, I mentioned the power plays. Now there's a penalty coming up. I was mentioning the power plays, and the Trojans have gotten suddenly better offensively after they had some of that opportunity time, and then now they take the penalty. The Hornets can start working their tic-tac-toe magic.
Agreed, and I mean, they're clearly just, from what it looks like to me, whether it's intended or not, they're clogging the neutral zone a lot better than they were, and it's forcing the Hornets to make more 50-50 chance pucks, which is causing turnovers.
I was corrected by Bill Dahl. It's a lower body injury. I know it was a lower back bruise, but I thought it was an upper back bruise, so my apologies to that. He then editorialized, which we will not do here at the MN Hockey TV. In on goal rebound, that's a nice save. Gathering that in was Chorsky, but staying firm on that recovery save was Kimlinger, and the puck is cleared back into the Edina zone.
I'll tell you what, I called games last year, like I said, for Edina. She definitely had the golf ball out on the driveway because those mitts are just, they're phenomenal.
There's a pass to the right wing
Love
side,
that.
Higher with it.
Impressive, one-handed, catches the pass, crisp, on the stride.
Dan Wagner loving it.
That looks like a Pete Wags drill from Bantams.
Jungle's in on goal. That's a puck that rolls off her stick. Now Chorsky comes away with it. Chorsky now gives off to the right side for Connor. Now here's Jungles, walk, shoots. Oh, glove save and a beauty.
That's a great strategic shot from Vivian Jungles. Just a kind of Suits-esque, a little Suitor-like with the
took a little something off it.
Yeah. Allows for a potential weird rebound. You've got shooters in front for rebounds.
Suits. Of course, Dan making reference to Wild defenseman Ryan Suter refuses to take the heavy slapper from the point and will kind of flip it in there sometimes and take the goaltenders off. Oh, they can't get that last change. Sophie Urban was sent packing. The best part is, how does the ref know which number it was?
That's
Right?
That's
Do you think
impressive.
if they can't even figure out who scored the goal half the time.
That's diligence.
Oh, with a high stick?
Ref was fortunate for that one. That was coming right at the grill.
Maxwell played that down right about shoulder height. So,
Well, we were talking about the youth in the net for Edina. It's really, really impressive what's happening right here. This is special in Edina. You've got 3 straight championships. You have a roster littered with 11th graders and younger, and your 12th graders are studs and have been there before. If I'm the rest of the league, do you just hope, or what do you do?
you just pray.
Okay.
Jungles looks to the slot area. That was off the stick of Lindborg. Fan down there. Hackley, that's Sammy Hackley as they battle out of the corner. Played up to the line. Edina controls. That was Jane Keel. Power play now for 2 more seconds. I'd call this a very successful PK unless they put something through here. That one's blocked. Ooh, that hurt.
Yes.
Oh, nice feed off the bench. That's Hackley. Took that one from Urban. Hackley to the left wing side for Branton. And at the line, it's going to be regrouped back into the neutral zone. Here come the Trojans. And Kaufman is there. Do we have 6?
We have 6.
We do. Take a look here.
I was just about to say, I think I'm seeing too much Navy.
There's 1, 2, 3. Okay, like 1, 2, 3, 4. And then here comes 2 more. Let's go, Todd Grover, 5, 6. You got 1 job to do.
Got it done.
You did. One of the best in the biz. So Edina with back-to-back power plays now. Davis. Good little stick there by Hackley.
Strong
Dan
play.
got it right into the hips and took her.
No, yeah, she was kind of done with all the finesse. She just went and bullied her way in there and took it. Good play.
Back across the line, it's Lily Hendrickson. Plays to the corner. Chorsky for Hendrickson. That's a dynamic duo. These two move it quick.
Yeah.
Back up to the line. Jungles for Connor. Back up for Vivian Jungles. Back for Connor. Connor back for Vivian Jungles up high. Lets the slapper go. Oh, redirect. That might have hit the shaft of the goal stick there. Now Jungles a one-timer. That one bounced up. Nice save made once again by Kimlinger.
You got to love seeing the Hornets put probably their smallest player on the entire roster in front on the power play. You know what that is? They're saying you got good hands.
You know what? Yeah, at the end of the day, who says you have to be big, right?
Right. Good hands, good hockey awareness, knows where to be, can bat one down if you need to. Good stuff.
Puck is played back to center ice. By the way, have I told you about the original 6 T-shirts? Say no.
No.
Oh, good. We'll tell you here after this power play. It's called the T's in the business. Chorsky with it. Wrapped up there now. Chorsky looks over to the right wing of Connor. Her shot's deflected. Lily Hendrickson up to the line for Vivian Jungles. They want to get low to Chorsky. Gets it back over for Hendrickson. 27 to go in the power play. Hendrickson elusive from the left circle. Back door! Oh, that might have been deflected off the defense of Gretchen Bratton. She gets it now. She finds an opening, just chops it to center and alleviates the pressure. They get down to 12 to go in the Edina power play with that 4-0 lead here in the period.
Great play off the bench.
Now
Quick
playing
regroup.
this one back through in the corner. They didn't waste any time. Telejungles, nice pass, threads the needle. Big pad save made there and a good chance by Jane Keel.
Flaring the toe there. Not the hardest shot, but put in the right place and nearly got it.
You can tend to overplay those as goaltenders when you think they're coming in too quick. So you got to give Julia Kimlinger a lot of credit there for staying true to form on that one. 32 to go in the period, off the boards. Now it's handled by the Hornets. Maxwell, back into the corner it goes. Bowlby. That one's now handled by Hackley. And up through the right wing side, nice feed for Hire. She's going to foot race this to the corner. Will that be enough for an icing? It is. 14.1 to go. So these original 6 T-shirts. We're going to start selling them. Hopefully my guy Tom Holtzman can get them in next Thursday at the Edina Holiday Classic. You know, we've covered a lot of teams, especially 6 traditionally here in the Southwest Metro. Edina, Eden Prairie, Minnetonka, Benilde St. Margaret's, Academy of Holy Angels, and Hopkins. We're doing it all again this year, doing a lot of their games. So we created an original 6 T-shirt. We've got a big fundraiser that's coming up. We're going to get details for you, what's going on with that.
Oh.
We're going to have 300 shirts here. We want to sell them all. They're pretty sweet, actually.
Feels good to be a part of the OG6. It's an honor.
The
MN Hockey
OG6.
TV.
That's right. And
Here comes the band. We're back.
The MNHockey.tv, what I like to call a Minnesota original. We're going to take a timeout. When we come back, we'll have the third period coming up for you. Edina and Wayzata. It's 4-0 Edina.
High school hockey continues right here at the MNHockey.tv, and we are between periods with Tradition Capital Bank's Dan Fagan. Thanks for joining us here. I know you've got a busy schedule, and we've got a lot of great stuff to talk about. First of all, why don't you share your position with the bank and what you do?
Hey, thanks. Thanks for having me. I'm Dan Fagan, and President and CEO of Tradition Capital Bank.
And in your role, you've obviously have a bank that's a little bit different than other banks. We have a stereotypical thing in our mind, but when it comes down to what you are as a bank, can you kind of share what's different about you and who Tradition Capital Bank is?
Yeah, would be happy to. We started in 2005. We raised $10 million of capital, and we had a vision for being a bank of locally owned investors and bankers that are in our community to come together and create a bank that we would have this idea of doing business with friends and family and expanding that network over time. For us, we are a full-service community bank in the Twin Cities, so you can think of all the services that a Wells Fargo or a U.S. bank would do. We can do those here. But think of it in terms of high-touch, high-service. So we have all the technology, mobile app, online banking. We have loans, deposits, all the types of things you get with a U.S. bank or Wells Fargo bank, you get with us. But when you come in, we know you by name, we recognize you, we give a high level of service, and it's a much different feel. We're a private bank, so we're not a high value mass marketed bank. We're more unique and more kind of fly under the radar through our friends and family.
And so with that recognition from the client base and how it feels, it definitely, for those that come through your doors, it's a lost art, I think. And have you found as a business with what you offer, you have the technological capabilities of all the big box banks, if you will, but you have the hometown feel that we really don't get in the Twin Cities anymore?
Yeah, no, I would agree. And if you look, if you know the banking world, there's a lot of consolidation happening. So I don't want to think of your Home Depot's taking out the local hardware store, but banks are very similar in that you can get lost as a customer in a big bank. But a bank like ours, we're smaller, we're more nimble, we're very responsive, but yet we were founded by a lot of good business owners in the Twin Cities community. And we have a lot of good bankers here. I myself was a former bank examiner. So we know banking very well, but we are very responsive. We're locally owned, local decision making, and you're not going to get that as much in the Twin Cities here. Other banks are making decisions, some in California, some in Wisconsin, some that take 3 weeks on a turnaround for you. If you come in here, we can talk among our bank and within a few hours get back to you and let you know, hey, this is something we can do. We've done, honest to goodness, we've closed a $10 million loan in a couple of days. Now, we don't do bad loans. We do good loans, but we're very responsive. We had all the information, and we put the transaction together, and that's just not something you're going to get at a big bank.
Well, there's some things that we say we're uniquely Minnesotan, but we also do business Minnesotan as well, so it's really helpful for those Minnesota businesses to know exactly that they have someone with their finger on the pulse of what's really happening here. Let's dig in a little bit deeper into the technology part of things that you have from the consumer, the user perspective. Can you kind of open up the toolkit there? What do you got?
Absolutely. So from a private banking perspective, we obviously have online banking that you could do on a desktop, or we have the kind of online tablet banking, but most importantly, we have our mobile banking app. If you're familiar with some of the larger banks, for example, Bank of America, we actually have the same platform that they use in their online banking. So we have banking where you can look at, obviously, account balances, make payments online. You can make transfers to other individuals. We have a product called Zelle that's very popular among
all
the big
over
banks.
it. We pay our employees with it.
There you go. So we've got Zelle here. So basically all the things you could do at the big banks, the technology's there, and we're implementing them and have that available for us. For our business customers, we also have business online banking, set up ACH originations, again, client to client, B2B, or individual to individual. We have all those services and technology, but the best part is that you have that hands-on, one-on-one. You need something, you pick up the phone, you dial a number, it's picked up by an individual, we know you, we're responsive, and we can make those things happen, whether it's a wire transfer, whether it's overdraft. If you are out and about, you go away for a weekend, and you forget to transfer money, and you're overdrawn, we're not going to return that check, and we're going to call you and say, hey, what happened? Because we know you. So you have all the tech now. You'll be able to see that, and you'll have probably something pop up on your app, insufficient funds, but you don't have to worry that we're going to return the check. You can call us. We know you. We take care of it. That's what you get when you're with Tradition.
And that's very unique. And you also, from someone picking up the phone, you don't have the phone tree to work through where they say, we didn't get that. Will you try that again? Which is really, for me, I think that's a terrific thing too. As far as where you're going, obviously you've opened up a fabulous facility in Wayzata. You're here in Edina, and are you also somewhere else?
In North Oaks.
North Oaks, that's correct. Anything beyond those three locations? What are you guys thinking there?
So I think right now for the Twin Cities, that's a pretty good market. And again, with technology, you don't need brick and mortar on every corner. In fact, you may not go into the bank as many times as you used to. Now we're here if you need us. The reason we had Edina was our original spot. We went to North Oaks. It was pretty strategic because it was literally across town on the other side to serve kind of the St. Paul market and North Metro. Wayzata was a very unique opportunity that we had a client that had a building and said, hey, you know what, this is a cool little community out here. So we looked to set up a small location. We have about 10 staff, just under 10 staff that are at our Wayzata location, but again, full service banking. In terms of the Twin Cities, that's what we're at kind of right now, but we obviously are always looking at strategic initiatives. What I will say is that, and this is a little bit down the road, but we have a lot of clients that we're a private bank, clients that winter in either Arizona or Naples. And so we are considering putting kind of right now, we can do business down there already, but we are looking at down the road setting up some branch locations because we want to make sure we take care of our clients wherever they're at. And those seem to be some markets that a lot of people are attracted to, and we've had a lot of customer relationships out there. So that's kind of a little thing in the future that we're taking a look at.
Well, so not far away, we have our Edina Jerry's Foods down in Sanibel Island, so why not? The free shameless plug, sorry.
Yes,
hope you're okay with that.
Absolutely.
Kind of the same concept for those of you that appreciate that.
That's exactly what it is. We're Minnesotans. We know this market. We know our people.
Everybody loves that.
And everybody loves that. And if you're going to be out in those other communities dealing with people that are just good, hardworking, good, valued Minnesota people, that's what we're looking to do. And by the way, we have an aging employee base, and some of these employees are looking to go to these communities. So it's a nice way to retain not only our customers, but also some of our employees. And so we see a big opportunity. But also, I think there's a lot of people in those communities that miss kind of that hometown, small town feel. You go in, it's a handshake, you see things. Yes, we need to fill out paperwork and all that, but we do our best to be people of integrity. And when we tell you we're going to do something, we do it. No surprises, handshake, that's the way we do it.
Terrific stuff, Dan. Finally, if I want to get started with you, if I'm a business or a consumer, what's the best way? Just pop in, give you a call? What do you guys prefer?
Either, yeah. We have kind of on our website, you can see kind of the department leads we have here, whether it's a business banking need, private banking need, construction development. Obviously, you can have call us on the phone. The best way is either that or just come in person. We have bankers here on site that if you're not calling us, if you're in the area, pop in, we'll get somebody right away. We always have someone to handle the needs there. So it's literally a phone call, let us know, and we'll do everything we can to help. If we're not the best fit for you or the best resource, we'll do everything we can to help make that appropriate connection to someone that might better serve you.
That's exactly who these people are, folks. What is that email? Why don't you shoot that out there for everybody? Or email, sorry, website, web address. Why don't you shoot that for us?
www.tradition, tradition.bank, B-A-N-K.
Simple enough. Dan, thanks for joining us.
Hey, thanks so much.
Good stuff. Thank you. We'll be back with more high school hockey coming up right after this.
Let's go back to that little place where we used to go in the summer days. We dip our feet at the water's edge, and everyone would come along to meet us there. We'll have a competition to see who can trap for longer, 'cause every year my body's getting stronger. We can swim all day and dance until the night, but we're not coming home till the moonlight shines, till the moonlight shines. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Let's go back to that little place where we used to go in the summer days. The lodge by the water's still my favorite place, and I could come every year and it wouldn't change.
It would break your heart to see what we pull out of here every day. We're out here 5 days a week, 8 hours a day, cleaning up the water.
Probably dump that, man.
You guys need some help?
Sure.
Yeah.
No way. JJ Watt. What's up, man?
How's it going?
I don't believe it. Good.
JJ, come on.
Thank you, sir. Welcome aboard, baby.
Isn't that for me?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. So what are you guys doing out here? What's the whole cleanup about?
Well, we're just doing the right thing. It's kind of a thankless job. It's out of sight, out of mind. Somebody's got to do it.
What's the dream for the cleanup project?
You know, my dream is for people to think twice before they throw something out.
No problem, boys. I thought I was going to have to come over there and show you how to do it.
That's not going to smell good.
Not pleasant. Great play, baby.
What would you do without these guys?
I would be in trouble. I don't know what I would do. These guys are everything to me.
You ever catch anything? Brackish waters up in here. I've caught castaneted shrimp. You eat them? No. It's been a good day, fellas. I appreciate you guys having me out here. It's eye-opening to see all the trash and everything that you guys pick up.
For me, it's really not just a job. You know, it's a passion.
I appreciate you having me out. You can swing a mean net, man.
Appreciate you helping us. It was a long, hot day.
You aren't kidding. It's hot. Talk about it. Yeah, the heat's a little different than it is on the field.
Nice off-air production meeting with Tom Chortsky. All right, Danny, so third period, you're the Edina Hornets. You're in what feels to be very firm control here. And you're the Wayzata Trojans.
Got to manufacture some
I felt,
offense.
though, I felt they stemmed the tide a little bit in the second period.
They did. No, they did.
For the latter half.
A 1-0 game in the second period. I mean,
if you can hear this little minor buzz that's going on, we've got a speaker like, what is this, about 10 feet from us, like above our heads?
From about 1940.
It is just...
It's fresh.
It is fresh, so it's not our... We bring nothing but high-quality gear here at the MNHockey.tv. We're very proud of that. And if you can hear that bleed through, we apologize. There's nothing we can do here.
Band is exiting.
They play through their 2 periods.
Yep, that's what I figured. Oof, good block again.
We'll be talking to Wade Chido, the head coach for the Grand Rapids Thunderhawks. I'm doing a feature piece on him, the former Bemidji Lumberjack High School coach. He got brought in like right about tryouts as Chris Marinucci. Yeah, he had to stop coaching. We'll just leave it at that. And he's done an awesome job. I mean, he walks right in and he's doing an awesome job. Oh, what a save. Stole that one from Connor.
Wild save. Looking like Dominic Hasek.
Totally sprawled, did what she had to keep the biscuit out of the basket. Now that shot from Maxwell back into the corner. They'll walk. Oh, that one's left off. It just lays up in the left circle and out of the zone they come with it. Here come the Trojans. That's Coffin. Pad save made by Cornier. Olsen was there. Nice little nifty move there by Heyer. She had to chase down her own puck off the end boards as Heyer is pinned up against the boards by Chorsky and Maxwell. Tella jungles. Nice play off the boards. Plays to Connor on the right wing, but she's defensed neatly there by Scoro. That gets away from Lily Hendrickson as she better hurry. She has some heat coming on the forecheck. That from Ellie Fornes. Now it's the Hornets in control. Now on the tape for Hartle. Or check that, that's Lindborg. And icing the call.
Yeah, that was a nice little play by Sammy Hankinson. She could have forced it to her winger, but instead let the forechecker kind of fly by her and then hit her center coming up in support. Big time play from just a freshman.
Now here come the Hornets. They're so quick out of the zone, Dan. Their exits are very good.
You know what? And I mean, they're a really good example. Any, girls and guys teams can take, notes on how they do that. They never do it by flushing it around the boards or throwing blind passes or chipping it off the wall. It's clean. Yeah, it's trusting themselves and their teammates and moving it tape to tape.
You can get into the desperation breakout a little bit. Where you just throw it and have a hope and a prayer.
That's half of high
hockey.
School boys hockey is
just a hard ring and just hope someone can be there, deflect it out to center, and live another day.
Yeah, this is a bit more poetic.
Oh, there's a nice turnover. Big save by Cornier. Boy, she's got to be in the heads of some of these shooters because she's just so hard to beat. There's a redirect, but that's how you do it there. You get traffic. Oh, they nearly poked that one through. Back to the line. Nice pressure here by the Trojans. Left side. Loaded up. That one's off Vivian Jungles. Now over to make the play is Branton. Stays on the puck. Great pressure here by the Trojans. As I mentioned, that one nearly redirected by Sophie Urban. And now hustling out of the zone for Edina is Jane Keel.
Really nice shift there. You got to love them using the points. They're clogging it up down low, keeping the puck in the zone, forcing Edina to throw it around just like we said they don't want to be doing and that they didn't do. There you go.
Well, it goes to show in this game, it doesn't matter what level you are, whether it's squirts or high school or pro, penalty coming up. Every team has their moments in the D zone, Dan, where they have to scramble and they kind of chase.
Agreed. Looking forward to seeing what we can get here out of the Trojans. If they can get one here, I mean, there's plenty of time to have a barrage. So, I mean, definitely not out of it here. Need to get one, though, on this power play.
There's a wrister. That one misses the mark. Now it's going to be Telejungles. Stick left in neatly there along the way. That by Addie Hackley. Jungles with the corner. She gets a stick from McKenna Hartle. And back in behind the net they go. Out of the zone, Addie Hackley with it. She had to put on the brakes because the Hornets take the neutral zone niftily. Nice job on the short pass to Branton. Collision at the line, but that makes room for Branton as she leaves off with some support there for Urban. Branton goes down, and now it's going to be Lily Hendrickson, lifts it high in the air, and that one over the outstretched hand of Addie Hackley, and Connor's just going to run this one down. She'll take it behind the net with 1:17 to go in the power play. Oh, look at this. Connor's going out for a skate. She goes all the way east-west, steered out of there by Kimlinger. Now it's going to be the Trojans. You run that risk, now they could have numbers the other way, but the Hornets support it back so quickly, it was almost a moot point.
Yeah, they do a really good job on the PK, especially in the neutral zone, just watching them kind of fill different lanes, fill different holes. It's like second nature to them. They're not worried about, following the puck at all. They're just taking up space where they know that they're taught to be, and it's worked well.
Well, and it's trusting that everyone else is going to be where they're supposed to be, so then you don't go off rogue and go on the solo. There's a nice save by Cornier. She gets the glove on that one, the big mitt, and she hangs on.
32 to go, I would say. I mean, pretty decent little power play thus far, but got to capitalize here with 30 left on the power play.
Now the player in front of Cornier on that replay, Dan, slowed it down so you could see how much time she had to square up to that shooter. The Edina defense just sort of basically stayed in their ground and did a nice job there. 22 to go on the power play now for the Trojans as they turn away from traffic. Back up to the line. Hackley. Now it's going to be Coffin. Shot that's knocked away there by Sammy Hankinson, the freshman. Regrouping back is Sammy Hackley.
Ruby Moss has been pretty effective this game for the Trojans, coming with a lot of fire, using her frame and winning battles. I mean,
in front, pad save made.
Hasn't happened a lot, but when they do, it's 25 for the most part, making it happen.
2-5 now right up at the top of your screen there at the point as it comes over now to number 14, Sophie Heyer. And now there's Chorsky with a nice move, and there's your guy, or there's your gal, rather. Sorry about that, Dan. Ruby Moss makes the play. Back
Not
into
to
the
be
corner
confused
goes.
with Randy Moss.
No relation.
No relation.
They used to be a
Wow.
big. They used to be a big Howard Cosell thing back in the day, or my guy Dick Enberg. For
No
those of you
relation.
old schoolers that watched the Denver Broncos and Rick Upchurch returning punts.
Oof.
Rick Upchurch, the former Golden Gopher.
Oh.
There's just as if you care. But for the old timers, they know what I'm talking about with Pinky Mecklenburg, the former Edina West superstar, on the defensive line for the Broncos. Back up to the point. There's a shot that's deflected. That one taken by Olsen. Off the left side of Kimlinger as the Trojans now forced to the corner. Scoro was there. Now it's going to be Connor that comes away. A couple players converge in the slot area. Quick pass to the right wing side. There's a shot that's blocked. Feed came from Sammy Hankinson over for Olsen. And now it's going to be back out of the corner. It goes again. Here comes Connor. Oh, she pulls it. Oh, a penalty coming up. And now it's going to be on the Trojans. I thought it was the other way. I agree. I was stunned. Just did not see that window. There's a shot and a turnaround opportunity there. In on net as Kimlinger makes the save. I thought that was coming in on the Hornets.
Man, I'm dumbfounded. You want to know what that is? Talk about being at the wrong place at the wrong time.
Name the movie. Or do
Dumb
I need
and
to do
Dumber.
it? Oh, man.
I can't.
How's your burger?
Yeah. That was a tough one.
Talking about being in the wrong place.
I think I heard you say earlier the Edina West Broncos. I think you called them by mistake for referring to
Cougars. Yeah, I'm a little fatigued. I've already done too many games.
Well, I was going to say I kind of like the ring to that. The Edina West Broncos?
You know, yeah. I can think of only the International Falls Broncos. No ice on the play. I think they're the only team with that nickname in high school sport here in Minnesota.
That's phenomenal. I mean, for
Unless
all the
I'm missing one,
for all
but
the Wildcats and Cougars.
we got the
and
Warriors
everything,
and
there's just that's fresh.
But there's only one Hornet.
I would like to see Hopkins go back to their Lindbergh roots. Maybe
the Flyers.
Maybe we could call them the Jets.
Ooh, the Lindbergh Jets.
I would like to see a Jets team. Well, I guess there's Janesville.
Oh, that's in on goal. Look at you pulling the knowledge bombs.
But yeah, Lindbergh Flyers is another. That's a great name too.
So to the bench go a couple of Edina defenders, or wingers rather. One winger and one defender, Bowlby and Maxwell.
You know what? I would like to see Braemar Arena and Edina in general kind of embrace the former divide, the former Berlin Wall that was Highway 100, and get some
east-west connection.
Get some old Cougar stuff in here, you know.
Well, so my good friend Kirby Herman and Tom Hurley would always say, whenever they go to a Edina game, they are going to the Cougars game.
Borderline been shunned.
Because they're saying
shunned.
Completely shunned, like it never existed.
Yep, regretting.
Never existed.
Remorseful, borderline to the
What would have
history.
happened, while we're breaking this down, what would have happened if it were the Cougars that won all those championships in the 70s? Would they have said, would they have forsaken the Hornets to the Cougars?
Yes.
Probably.
Yeah.
Because it is all about the puck.
Winning sticks.
That's an interesting. That's a good talker. I'd love to get the phone lines going on that one. Lily Hankinson plays this one Hendrickson rather to the corner. 15 to go on the power play. There's Jungles. That one wide of the mark. Jungles again over to make the play. She's pinched up on the wall by Heyer. Referring to Highway 100 as the Berlin Wall. And so here was the interesting.
I think that could be one of the best
here's
takes.
The greatest.
I think that could be
I'm going to take your take a step further. There's a holding penalty coming up. I would take it a step further because if you went to Our Lady of Grace, you were right there in the demilitarized zone.
Yes, yes.
So they came from both sides.
Yes. You didn't know who to be friends with.
Well, it was very confusing. It was very conflicted. You felt almost awkward being a Westie heading over to the country club area to go to hang out with your buddies.
That's unbelievable. That's great stuff.
Oh, that's great. Those were the days. Jungles for holding. Back on the power play go the Trojans. They're going to play this one up to the line now. Urban. That's deflected away.
The demilitarized zone.
Demilitarized zone.
Like
between the Koreas.
Yes,
that's where
exactly.
I was going.
Yeah.
Kim Jong-un. Back behind the net. Back up to the line. Matthews shot to save.
And here they go.
Nice play there. Quick stick to get that out of the zone by Tella Jungles. She's going to force the pressure on the defense with Sloan Matthews. Matthews, nice job to pull the escape and just bring it back to the far side by Hackley.
That was like a Top Gun little jet chase.
That was
there.
impressive.
She did an impressive maneuver to get away from Jungles.
Through a lot of snow, too.
Yeah.
Sammy Hankinson was there. I wonder if Timo Photo was there. Our guy Tom Morris snapping away. That would have been perfect. Addie Hackley does such a great job covering high school hockey with his pictures. And, I mean, he captures and tells the story for these teams, so many of the teams. He's just a great guy. And he does work for the Edina Hornets. That's Timo Photo. Follow him at Twitter. I think it's at Timo Photo. There he is in the corner right there. If you look closely, see him? He's
best
just
in the biz.
Hammering away right there. See him?
Yep.
Walking right in there. Can you hear it? Yep.
Yeah.
Back up to the line. There's a shot. Nice save by Cornier.
I think that's how Braemar can continue to solidify themselves as the most elite viewing experience and rink in the state. Is can we get a couple of the carved holes in the plexiglass for the camera?
If they go NHL with that.
I think that sets them up. They're already a step above, but that's one more.
I mean, that really would. And you know what?
We could get a little golf viewing chair for Jordan Duffing to. You
sparked a little bit of thought here from yours truly. There's a shot that's blocked. We've already got the spacious press box here. Here comes Davis scooting up the right wing side, cuts to the forehand, loses the edge. Down goes Scoro and Davis.
Really?
Turned away there by the defense with Sammy Hackley.
Although the last edge, a nice attempt to change the shooting angle. Another.
Moss played that one ahead. Oh, there's a turnover. Here comes Davis in on goal. Oh, it goes unselfish to the right wing side, and they push that one in on goal. And that's a nice save there.
Wow, that was impressive. Just had a young lad, probably.
I would have just shot it right there.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, you can never question that. I mean, but you know what? It's okay to be a little bit.
I would have gone selfish.
All about me right there.
I would have gone selfish.
Bar down that one right there.
Short side high.
But but if you do that, you got to keep the sully to a minimum.
And if you're gonna do that, you can't leave it high and wide.
By the way,
if you go off the
speaking of
glass.
Sullies, I commented on our games over the weekend of the North-South Classic. There's a fad from your era in the early, the 2012, 13, 14 era. The self-check has all but been eliminated from the Sully package. I thank the Lord in heaven above for that one.
I think that's just
couldn't take it
with the times, you know.
Thank you, guys. This is a more mature group.
It
Holy smokes.
It comes and it goes. Definitely a lower risk of shoulder injury or head trauma.
I was just, it's possible. Hornets control end wall with 3:33 to go. We've had guys with bazookas. We've had the ice thingy. I don't know what that was about. When they go down, you go down and grab the ice. What was that all about? There's a redirect.
Cleaning it.
Oh, just did nothing for me.
The real question is, have you seen the Scorpion circa 2012 Breck versus Holy Angels? Have you seen that again, ever?
No, I'm trying to find that.
I don't know if you've ever seen that again.
I've
that
never
was
seen
a
anything like
one
it.
of one right there.
I mean, I think that drove Dallas Stars prospect Spencer Noss into just pure joy every time he saw it.
It's a top 3 Sully I've ever seen in my life, no doubt about it.
It's so awful. Urban. And in there for Edina was Kelly Collins, but that's whistled down with a penalty and a hook. That's going to go on Edina's Laurie Uline, the junior.
Probably going to look at 6-on-4 here.
You think at 4 rip and 2:48 to go?
You never know.
Here comes Bowlby. I'm glad Bill Dahl is still with us late in the game, as now Sammy Hackley takes over. So if you're behind the bench, would you go 6-on-4 down 4-0, or would you just leave it right here?
I think I would.
I'd have the arms folded.
I'd
go 5-on-4, arms folded. Finish it out.
Former Jets HC, now leading the Sun Devils. Herm Edwards. You play to win the game.
Thursday night, 7 o'clock. Edina, Benilde, St. Margaret's. That's going to be a great matchup. Benilde can scoot. They can skate.
I haven't had the pleasure
a lot of Edinians on that team.
Haven't had the pleasure of viewing the Red Knights, but I'm sure
you might now.
They'll come in here looking very threatening in the Scarlet Red.
Played up to the line now. It's going to be controlled by the Trojans. Bumped off a stick. Hendrickson is, another penalty coming up. Here comes your 5-on-3 now.
6-3.
Boy, that was right off the corner there. This is almost one of those excuse me's. Watch this.
Yeah, a little crumple.
Yeah, a little crumple.
I don't think
we would say that's called drawing a penalty in the business.
Wasn't necessarily, yeah. You know, late in the game, legs get a little tired. Cornier really, this is all on her right now, trying to keep this shutout alive. Doesn't have a lot of help doing it, but it'll be
Oh, there it is. Scores! It's all on you, Daniel Wagner. You jinxed it for Cornier, but what a great tally here on the 5-on-3. You'll see it here bump off the end boards. And waiting and depositing it is Branton as she cuts the deficit to 3 at 4-1.
Uma, my apologies.
You owe her a dinner.
Hey, I know you're kind of questioning it, but you get one more on the power
I
play
know.
here.
I had the arms folded.
And
I'd given up. I'd already put my note cards in the
We're
pocket.
going to be 6'5", soon enough.
I put them in the breast pocket of the sport coat. I'd already shut it down. The headset's off.
That was a bomb from the point. Hackley just ripped it.
They still have a 5-on-4 here, Dan.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Get it to 5 and ever just.
But I've got a theory, though. So see that's right on goal. And if you have that empty, they've got a freebie at that net. That's always been kind of my thing.
I like playing that puck if I'm in the pipes.
Face-off controlled by the Trojans. They have the entire clock time left here in the third period with the power play. Moss is there as she'll race up the left wing. Lily Hendrickson was there, chopped away there by the defense. Now it's going to be Tella Jungles in front of the bench area, guided along there by Chorsky, back in behind the net, 30 to go in the period, as it'll be the Trojans. Addie Hackley looking ahead to Urban. Urban cuts back against the grain. Moss will skate into this one in front of the bench area. Oh, Roberts just said, give it to me. She came right over and stole that puck away and fed it ahead, and Chorsky will play it hard into the corner. Here comes Chorsky, looks to dangle back in behind the net. She's turned away there by Hackley with 5 to go in the period. Back up through center. What I like is both of these teams are playing strong and hard to that very final buzzer. Yeah. And that's what makes this game so enjoyable. And I have to tell you, Edina looking really good. A nice effort by Wayzata. What I liked about Taylor Williamson's squad is they didn't shut it down. They didn't pack it in. No. They played to the bitter end.
No, yeah, settled it down. Took away space, took away time, didn't allow for the Hornets to really play the game they wanted to play heading in. But it just clearly proved to be that first period was too much when they did get to do what they wanted to do. No problem for the Hornets. I mean,
look at this. That's the fastest handshake line I've ever seen. That's just laser fast. There's like no contact.
The high five line.
Wow. That's impressive.
That was
getting through it.
That was about the speed of going down the line on the goal right there.
The flyby.
Yeah, like when you go give the knucks to the team.
You're going to be joining us more, right? Doing some girls and boys. You have to.
I'll be back.
You're getting a lot of rave reviews here, buddy. So, Dan Wagner joining yours truly, Pete Wagner, here tonight, the father-son combo. It's always a pleasure. It's a lot of fun. Your final score, Edina 4 and Wayzata 1. For our camera operator, the best in the biz, Todd Grover. For our very own Daniel Wagner, I'm Pete Wagner. Good night, everybody.